Why do you call a lamb shank?
Because people are not stupid.
Yes, play your game, but if you're gonna lie, at least break it up.
But the fact is, you guys thought I think Big Brother took it.
How?
Like Big Brother giving people secret tasks. Go and take that.
Hey, Tato, how did Tato figure this out so fast and so soon already? Like, Libo has not even executed this task within 24 hours. And they're ready? These housemates are so... In fact, right now, I'm thinking these housemates are too smart for Biggie. Like, guys, seriously, it looks like this stealing prank that Biggie introduced to Libo will not work. Because how could Tato figure this out and even talk about it already with all the others? Like, seriously, it doesn't look like it's going to work. So, guys, for some very strange reasons, guys, we actually found this housemates talking about items missing in the house. And you guys know that before Biggie's prank, before Biggie gave Libo this prank, some item has been missing. Venus has been looking for her stuffed teddy, animal, whatever toy. And I mean, everybody has been pointing accusing fingers at Boo, and you guys know the story. Anyway, at the end of the day, I mean, last night we actually discovered what happened. We actually found out from Boo that it was Bu that stole it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be telling you all about the midnight conversation that happened among these 8 housemates, and it was quite an interesting conversation. Guys, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. In here, we're talking about the Bbmzansi. If you're a fan, please hit on the subscribe button right now to be a part of this community. And guys, join the conversation as we talk about what's happening in Biggie's house. Don't forget to turn on the post notification bell, because this will also help you get updates of my video every time I share new content. Guys, let me give you the gist already. Seriously, my mind is telling me that these housemates are too smart for Biggie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, these are my exact thoughts right now. So, I mean, hearing Thato talk about, hey, that Biggie used to give this secret task and tell housemates to steal items, I'm like, okay, Biggie, looks like that prank is outdated. Maybe Libo has to be given an upgrade in the task or prank that he's carrying out, because it's definitely not gonna work for this housemates. They figured it out already. So to get the best of this video, one of the things that I advise is that you stick around from now to the very end so you could get all the full gist, because I always talk about a lot of things. Now guys, literally guys, before this housemates started talking about missing items and no missing items, we actually had this confession, this big gossip that happened amongst the housemates. And guys, literally all the housemates, from Sister Mara to Gashwan to Thato to Mpo to Terry, they were all talking about Nale. And guys, this time they placed Nale on the chopping block. Like, they literally called Nale a liar. They literally called Nale, like, I mean, they said Nale wanted to, like, there were a lot of conversations. I mean, there was nothing about Nale they didn't talk about how she was lying. And at the point, Tato was defensive, and then I really didn't know where this housemate stood with Nale. But, I mean, this whole Nale conversation is really, like, making me feel like some type of way. I really don't know what to believe right now, because guys, when we look at Nale, everybody literally loved Nale, but according to this housemates, maybe she was bragging too much, maybe she was lying too much. I don't know, but there was a loud conversation about Nale. These guys were talking about a lot of things. They said Nale lied about a lot of things. Sister Mara even said that Nale said all the guys in the house were weird, said that she was actually acting very, very funny towards Ntabi, and you know, Terry was like, not only Tabi, to all the housemates. Like, I don't know, but I mean, I think these guys really have a problem with Nale, and I hope she's watching. And guys, the funny part of the whole thing was, as they were talking about this, these guys talked about their reunion, and I'm like, hey, these housemates are so conscious. Like, I can't even believe it, that right from week 1 to week 8, these housemates keep on talking about the show as if they are not the show. Like, I don't know how they feel about us watching the show, as in listen to them talk about the show. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but I think it's kind of boring. I don't know why they are so camera focused. Anyways, guys, I'm telling you all about the conversation. So guys, literally from the work table, let me just call it the workstation, because you guys know these housemates have been working on their story, and it's been a lot for them. So I think it moved from there, and then the next thing we saw all these housemates, all these 8 housemates in the closet, and they were talking big time. Like, I mean, conversations were loud. The conversations were loud. I mean, there was literally nothing they didn't talk about. And then for me, I felt it was kind of awkward for them to be talking about reunion when the show was on. Like, I don't know what, I just felt like it was really awkward for this housemates to be talking about reunion when they are all dissing themselves, backstabbing themselves, and saying all manner of rubbish in front of themselves. Anyways, the gossip was very loud because everybody was literally involved. I mean, the only people that were not part of that gossip were the 10 housemates who had been evicted from Biggie's house. And I'm like, I wonder what's going to be going on in the heads, in the minds of those housemates that have left Biggie's house and they're just watching and listening to this housemate cast them like crazy. Well, anyways, that's their business. Guys, that wasn't the only thing. Now, there was a confession that we actually heard from this housemates. I mean, it was both for me, telling them that she was very mad that everybody was suspecting that she was the one that stole Venice's stuffed teddy toy, whatever. And she was like, it was BU that stole it. And I'm like, oh my god, we never thought of that. We never thought of that. But it was quite cool and interesting, anyways. Guys, conversation, apart from this conversation they had, in the closet and the one they had, you guys, they've been working on their stories. We actually saw this housemates share their stories. I read it to each other. We saw Themba reading his story to Libo, no, to tools, and then we also heard him tell people like Terry to help him articulate his story, write his story. We had a lot of conversations last night. Like, we had a lot of conversations. We also saw I think two sorry, there was this episode we actually saw Tato actually reading her story, and it was quite interesting. Now, guys, away from all these other people, I mean, one of the people that I haven't really talked about so far is Gashwan and Tato. Guys, they gave us a lot of love vibes. Hey, love vibes were so loud. Like, we literally saw, like, I don't know, but when I look at that shape, I'm like, this is the most matured Big Brother ship I've ever seen. I've ever seen in any seasons. I'm not gonna lie, even in the Big Brother night, I don't think I've ever seen this level of maturity from two people, and I really do appreciate their relationship. I mean, we actually saw Tato saying that, you know what, my life has always been difficult. I've struggled with a lot of things. You're making me cry, but in a good way. And at the end of the day, we actually saw the love languages. We actually saw Tato appreciating Gashwan, saying thank you for your time. Like, who does that? Who does that? I mean, no wonder Gashon is so crazy about that. I mean, I think that though got some real homegirl training. Like, I mean, that babe is legit wife material, if you ask me. So, guys, I mean, looking at all those whole things and how the whole thing has been going down, I mean, for this midnight conversation, it was just me watching Lipo and his face and him trying to pretend and to get into the conversation. And then, I mean, I think he's acting all cool, he's looking all cool. But you guys, what I'm really looking forward to seeing is the reaction. You guys know that Biggie gave Lipo 24 hours to execute this task. I mean, from till noon, before noon, this tax is supposed to be ready and served. So this housemate are supposed to be looking for all their items. And guys, with the conversation they've had at midnight, I'm wondering if they're not just going to say, you know what, it looks like this thing is a prank from Biggie. Maybe Biggie just decided to do it. Or in fact, it's going to make the suspicion very loud because right now everybody is suspecting everybody because they had a conversation about it. But whatever, it kind of looks interesting. You guys, I'm not gonna lie, I still appreciate the Tato and Gashwan. I'm not even talking about this couple, how I want to talk about them because they are really sending me so much love vibes and I love it. Guys, I think this is literally it. I don't want this video to stretch so much, but there's so much conversation going on in Biggie's house. You guys know, but I think one of the things I've noticed watching the show right now is that there's really some serious heavy bonding among all these 8 housemates, like serious heavy bonding. I mean, you can imagine. And we're having tools in conversation. We're having, I mean, guys, there was even this conversation Tools was having with Cash, and I was like, you know what? I don't trust anything you say. And I think I like Tools for his honesty. I mean, if there is anybody in that house who's very mature when it comes to conversations, he says it the way it is. He doesn't try to beat around the bush or try to look good. I think I like the way Tools tackled Gashwan in front of him and they actually laughed over it. I don't know, but I kind of like the bonding session. I think it's the top 8 thing that is getting to their head, is really making them vibe or whatever. It's just positive vibes I'm seeing. I don't know, but I think the beefs they're going to have in the house is going to be silent beef. I don't know. For me, looking at their reunion or whatnot, I don't know. I think that reunion will be so, like, it will be messed up because the backstabbing, I don't even know how they're going to deal with it, but that's their problem to deal with. You guys, I think this housemate should just get into the show. I hope Lawrence gets to address this whole talking about the reality show in a reality show thing. I mean, I don't know, but Lawrence never gets to talk about these things. We'll just let it be. Guys, this is literally everything that went down. I hope I didn't forget anything. But if I did, of course, I'll come back here. I'm not gonna lie, I think I like the bonding that is happening with these housemates. I mean, they're making sense. We're seeing some maturity from Tools. And for me, I'm just looking at Tools and I'm looking at this as red singlet or whatever he is, sleeveless is always wearing. I wish Libo can actually steal something like that from Tools. I mean, I know Tools is going to miss it. We're looking forward to seeing what tools Libo is actually going to, what is going to, how he's going to execute it effectively. And we actually hope this housemates notice it very fast. And anyway, it's clock ticking for Libo. Let's see what he has on as he tries to actually prank this housemates with stealing their items. Guys, I mean, literally, I think I like the bonding session that's happening with this housemates. And anyways, we never know where it can get to, but it's quite interesting to see them just have like a group chat, mini gossip. I think it's the storytelling thing task that is really bringing them together. Or maybe it's the September being the H2H and everybody's so chilled. Whatever, the vibes is cool. I think I like it. For a change, we're seeing another narrative around the housemates. They're cool with each other right now and they're flowing with the flow. You guys, this is literally it. I will be back here with more updates on what's up in Biggie's house. Till I see you next time, thank you so much for your watch time. Ciao, ciao, guys.